I'm live. Hi. I'm celebrity name dropper Tristan Haggard. Nah, I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? What's happening, YouTube? I just discovered Instagram live features, and man, I'm pretty impressed with Instagram's little live setup there. It's a shame that Facebook owns Instagram, but their little live setup is really cool. It all started because somebody tried to get me to get on Snapchat. This is very bad connection. What's up with my connection? Can you guys hear me okay? You see me okay? Very bad connection. How do I have a very bad connection? What's going on here? Do I have to come closer to my Wi-Fi? My Wi-Fi is inside. Paradoxical axiom. What's up, man? All right. The holidays are coming, guys. The holidays are coming. It's a week from Thanksgiving. 6 days from Thanksgiving, I believe. Thursday, right? What's up, Brian? How's it going, man? How do I have a very bad connection? What's up with this? Let me see this. All right. Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I've got a poor connection, it says, and I don't know why. Very bad connection. All right. If my video is too crappy, my video is too poor. Keto with Honey Bunny says, Tristan, if I make your recipe and share it on my channel, is it okay that I direct people your way? Absolutely. Totally. Make our recipe. Put it on your channel.
What's your channel? Shout out.
Give us a shout out. What's your channel? Keto with Honey Bunny. Is your channel Keto with Honey Bunny? She's asking, she's being really nice because there's all these people, they come on the live things now and they try to market their channel. Like these little 12-year-old kids are like, hey, come buy socks from me. Follow me on Instagram. Cayuse Arshil, what's up, dude? He says, I missed a few lives and I'm making up for it. Yeah, we've all missed a few lives. We've all wasted a few lives. Good thing we got 9 of them, right? No, wait, that's cats. Brian Street, Emilier. Cordelia, what's up? You got your books? You get the books, Cordelia? How you doing today? That's Cordelia from yesterday, not the Cordelia from Santa Cruz.
That's cool.
It's even better Cordelia. Nah. Brian Street says, Monsanto be jamming your signal. They're jamming the signal. Who's seen They Live? You got to stop the... It's Ariana's fake birthday, guys. It's your birthday?
No, real birthday.
Your birthday's May 7th.
Man,
Kukla Khan, what's up, man? Keto with Honey Bunny says, it must be the hairless head allowing your psychic waves into your dome piece. Yeah, no, it's actually, this is a biohack. This is not... So my haircut, and just so you guys know, this is not a haircut. This is a biohack. It's a biohack to assimilate more sunlight and assimilate more of the photonic energy and increase the quantum yield of my... I'm just kidding. My douchebag biohacker impression. Will Pender says, are you a proud American? Am I a proud American? That's a funny question. What's up, Will? Will, I'm an American who lives in Ecuador. I'm an American who chose not to live in America anymore. Beautiful place, beautiful country. Many of the most amazing landscapes in the world are in America. And the Constitution of the United States of America is absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'll say that. The Constitution of the United States is a pretty amazing thing. Used to be a pretty amazing thing, right? When it meant something. But then the Patriot Act. All right. What's up, Jax? Says Damien. You always calling me Jax. Dude, I looked up Jax, the guy from Sons of Anarchy. He's a handsome man, good-looking guy. He looks like me. I accept your... Accept. Keto with Honey Bunny says Tristan's crystal ball is in his bald head. Yeah, it's my... I'm doing this biohack. I've got like all my microcrystal and calcite structures in my brain can assimilate the light, the photonic energy, and increase my quantum yield. Will Pender says, cool, bro. Keto with Honey Bunny says she's an obese American. You know, what's the percentage? Look up the obesity rates in America right now.
Okay.
I think it's 60% of Americans are obese now. It's at least 40. Paradoxical axiom says, I hear Tristan can photosynthesize, therefore he's getting glucose all day. Keto fraud. Totally keto fraud. That's why I don't get invited to all the keto marketing circle jerks. Nobody wants to play with me. No one wants to play with us. No one invites us to their keto summits or to their keto cons.
What do you call it? Percent of Americans?
Yeah, percentage of Americans are obese. Look up. The stat's absurd right now. I think it's over 50%. Stacy Kelly. What's up, Stacy? Says he just figured out the live. So Stacy has figured out how to comment on the live thing. Cordelia says, love the recipes. Going to try some when I go grocery shopping. I already have my meal prepped for the week. That's so cool. So Cordelia joined yesterday, and she was just so sweet and positive. She got hooked up with a couple of copies of our ebooks. Which recipes are you looking at, Cordelia? What are you going to use? What are you going to meal prep with? I was on Instagram Live earlier. For those of you who don't follow us on the Instagram, we're actually using it now. Yeah, YouTube, we've kind of been, I don't know, you get a little demonetization stuff, and there's some funny things that happen with YouTube, so we're kind of expanding and using other platforms. So Instagram's got a live thing. I did a 1-hour live broadcast on Instagram earlier. It was awesome. Actually, somebody from the audience was able to jump in and hang out and talk. But follow us at Primal Edge Health on Instagram. Cordelia, tag us in your pictures there too. We want to see the recipes you're making and what you're meal prepping with. Renee says the bread recipe is awesome. Blueberry scones are amazing. Loving the baking book. People like your book, Jessica. People like your hard work.
Thank you, people.
Thanks, people.
Thank you, people.
Yeah, we were. What's the obesity rates now? It's above 50%. Michelle M says. I heard the stat recently, and it was absurd. So, all right, let's see. Cordelia, meal prepping. So here's some of my favorite meal prep recipes from the Ketogenic Edge cookbook. I'll show you one right now. I'll give you a tour.
Show them the muffins to the egg muffins.
Look at this. Look at this. Wait up. Ah! 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 Keto heresy. Keto heresy. There's bananas in that house. He's not keto. He's a fraud. He's a liar. He's got bananas in his home. Those ain't my bananas. All right, check it out. Okay. This is one of my favorite meal prep foods, pre-prep foods. These are
Mama's best meatballs.
Mama's best meatballs.
Mama's best meatballs.
You want one, Munchkin? Ari's gonna get down on one. Ari takes a bite, throws it back in the container. Oh, check it out. We got our new cooler here. When you've got your cooler, you've got your stove, you've got everything ready for traveling, but your truck's not done, and it's only a year behind schedule. Ugh. So anyways, Cordelia, this is one of my favorite pre-prep foods. Mama's best meatballs. Ariana is shoving them in her mouth. She's got a whole mouth full of them. She loves the meatballs. You can put cheese in those for kids if you want to cheese them up a little bit, if you're like, not sensitive to dairy. I've been eating some cheese this week. I go on and off the cheese. Nothing wrong with cheese in general if you can handle it. But yeah, those Mama's Best meatballs are really good for pre-prep. What else is good for pre-prep? I really like the keto flatbreads too. Ooh, the egg muffins. Ari, go get the egg muffins. Go get the egg muffins. Ari's going to show you the egg muffins. That's another recipe. Which book's that one in, Jessica?
The training manual.
The training manual for low-carb, ketogenic, and paleo cuisine. That's our first book. Tristan with a Y says, man, I miss my bananas. Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. The banana is a fantastic food. I'm not against carbohydrates, guys. This is why people don't like to play with me. Or maybe it's because I call everyone out on the silly marketing stuff, but I tell it like it is. This is why we don't get invited to the keto cons. This is why we don't get invited to people's online keto summits. Because I'm a jerk. All right. Ari wants to show you guys.
Egg muffins.
Show them. Open them up. You want to show? All right. So the egg muffins are really good. Elizabeth says, love my egg muffins for breakfast every morning.
Yeah.
And here's the reveal.
That's an adaptation of ground beef.
Boom. This is an adapted version of the egg muffin with what?
Yeah.
Will you come here and tell them how you made this?
No, it was Roddy sleeping on me. I don't know.
Jessica has a baby sleeping on her. All right, these are egg muffins, and they've got greens, eggs, and ground liver. Now this is awesome because this is a way you can get kids and adults to eat organ meats, which are some of the most nutrient-dense parts of the animal that most people forget. And in a lot of places, you can get things like liver and heart really affordable. But this is a modification of the recipe from the Ketogenic Edge cookbook that we gave you the other day, Cordelia. And I hope that you get down on those for some of your pre-prep, because this stuff is awesome.
I cooked 2 pounds of ground beef with 1 pound of ground liver.
She did 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground liver, and cooked it all in bulk, and then puts it in a glass, I don't know, it's not Tupperware, that's the brand, but a glass thing in the fridge. So then there's 3 pounds of meat, up in the fridge now, and then she uses a lot of that meat in these egg muffins. So that's pretty rad.
So,
Cordelia says, I cook eggs and bacon for breakfast and a taco salad for lunch. And for dinner, turkey burgers with cheese and avocados. Cool, right on. And you're going to want to switch that up every once in a while. What I usually recommend to clients is finding 3 breakfasts, 3 dinners, and 3 lunches. In that order. You have to find your dinners before your lunches. No, I'm just kidding. But 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 3 dinners that you can prepare regularly, that you always have the foods around that you can make, and having those around. Ron Lewin says, good afternoon again. What's up, Ron? Were you on the Instagram Live earlier? Instagram Live is... Instagram might be taking away a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure where we're going to put more content. Where do you guys want more content? What kind of content do you guys want?
on our channel.
I like putting up YouTube videos, but it's just we've kind of been delegated to some Google Gulag status, and we get demonetized a lot, and the videos get pushed down in ratings, and it's kind of silly. I don't really like how YouTube's treating the creators that built their platform. But yeah, the Instagram Live thing is pretty rad. Sorry, YouTube. No, I love our YouTube audience. It's just the actual platform it's very limiting. And the way that advertisers are bullying, corporate advertisers are bullying independent producers out of space when the independent producers are what built the platform, it's ultimately going to end up backfiring on YouTube because people can smell inauthenticity now. People understand when people are full of shit. People understand. People can feel it. People can see it. That's why people like this content. That's why people like our channel, because we tell it like it is. We actually connect with our audience, and that's what you're supposed to do. Not just, hey, like and subscribe. Hit them AdWords. Kukul Khan says, I've been shaving my head for years. I've saved so much money on haircuts. Yeah, you guys, we did a lot. You want to go get my old passport? No, you can't.
No, I'm not moving it.
Go to our Instagram, guys. If you're watching this live on YouTube now, because it'll be gone soon. We did an Instagram Live last night. I showed my passport picture from like 5 years ago, and I had long hair and a long ass beard. When we got pregnant with Ariana,
I got it.
when I made Jessica pregnant with Ariana, I take all the credit. When we were waiting for Ariana, I didn't cut my hair for a long time, and I had this funny picture. And I showed up on the Instagram Live last night. So anyways, Keto with Honey Bunny says, last night I tried to dip a burned piece of biscuits into mashed potatoes and burned my big fat tongue. Keto with Honey Bunny. You're not living up to your name with those mashed potatoes. Somebody made a comment. Let's see, where'd you go? Farmer Meemaw, what's up? She says, can't wait to share a keto dressing with my family. I don't think they will know the difference. Yeah, there's some really good dressings in the Ketogenic Edge cookbook still, too. So check out some of those dressing recipes in there. Tristan says, hi, just made your carrot cake. Thought it was great.
I made her carrot cake.
He says apparently his wife doesn't like his baking. His wife didn't care for it. All right, Paradoxical Axiom has a fantastic question, and this is something that's really close to my heart. Now, when we first moved to Ecuador, we were involved heavily in the import and export of organic food products. Don't really deal with it so much anymore because it's a shady, shady market. Man, I mean, this is a realm that I worked for years in, and it's something that I'm really close to, and something that's really, really close to my heart. All right, let's see. What do I say about this?
What's his question?
Where'd it go? I'm scrolling up. There's so many questions. The fair trade movement. All right, fair trade. So, fair trade is a ripoff for both the suppliers and the producers. All right, so the exporters, meaning the suppliers, the people who are exporting these products to the U.S., they put this fair trade sticker on it. Here's what fair trade means. It means that the farmers and the exporters are actually paying a percentage to a fund, to this company, to this group, these fair trade organizations. Fair trade means nothing. All fair trade means is that people paid money to get a fair trade sticker put on it. It doesn't mean it's actually a fair deal. When we purchase maca from people, when we purchase cacao from farmers, we purchase directly and we pay higher prices than fair trade. So fair trade is put out there and they're claiming supposedly that they're paying more money to the farmers. So it's like it's a fair trade, right? It's like this fluffy, beautiful snowflake language of this fair trade. It's all equal. It sounds awesome. It sounds really cool, like, oh, we're going to respect the farmers and actually give these families the money they deserve for the products they're producing. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. It works more like fair trade is kind of like the Amazon affiliate links of the organic food industry. You've got this person that's wedged itself in the middle and made, that might be a really bad, that's not the best. Damn it. I want to find a way to bash Amazon in this sentence, but I can't do it cogently. But, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of is like that in some ways where it's like, it sounds awesome if you're a producer. Oh yeah, fair trade. We're gonna get more money for our products, but it's really not true. Fair trade means farmers get less because more money goes to the fair trade organization. That's as simple as it can be. That's as simple as I can put it. You see a fair trade sticker on a product, it means that money is going to a middleman in a business suit who schmoozes and wiggles his way and weasels his way in between there and tells people to put a little stamp on it, right? Also, do some research into the kosher certification as well. Similar thing. You got to pay for a rabbi to come and give you kosher certification. It's this crazy thing where you're spending thousands of dollars to get these stickers put on your products each year. And really, all it's doing is enriching this fair trade organization. So fair trade is great for the people who are ripping off everybody, making money off putting this stupid-ass sticker on everything. So boom. Billy says, what's your opinion on running purely on solar energy? Do you mean like running our body purely on solar energy? Sounds like a biohack to me. Sounds like a great biohack. All right. Howdy, Michelle. What's up, Michelle? Renee says that the blueberry scones are amazing, loving the baking book. The blueberry scones, we should maybe make that recipe.
I need to. I've been saving the very last of our blueberries for it.
We've got blueberries in the freezer that are going to be turned into blueberry scones. And we're going to make it with it would be good with maple frosting. I think that maple frosting could go good on the keto coffee cake.
Yeah.
We want to try to make some of these recipes in the next few weeks, guys. They're coming. Don't you worry. Keto with Honey Bunny. What's up? Paradoxical Action says, thank you so much for discussing fair trade. Yeah. No, fair trade's a joke. I'm sorry. It's a joke. Unfortunately, for the consumer, there's a lot of scams like this that make the consumer feel happy and, oh, this is great. It's this nice product. I'm paying more for it for fair trade. It's not fair for anybody except the fair trade organizations, and they make a fair amount of moolah off of it.
Hey, look, the internet says more than 1 in 3 adults are considered to have obesity. That's 2013, 2014.
Elizabeth says, having some of the keto bread on hand is great. Was rushed this morning and had a piece of keto bread with nut butter before I ran out of the house. Filled me up till lunch. Jessica's a big fan of having that keto bread around.
Really well. I like to freeze half of it and then have half of it fresh.
They can't hear you, but I'm going to repeat it. I'm playing what's that, telephone game. So Jessica says that her husband is very handsome and awesome, and that also she loves him, but that also that she freezes that bread. You can freeze the bread really well. You can put it in a plastic bag, throw it in the freezer, it thaws quickly.
Pre-slice it before you freeze it.
Pre-slice it before you squeeze it. You freeze it. Pre-slice it before you freeze it, and then when you freeze it, don't squeeze it. All right. Let's see. Look at all these people. What's that? What are some keto-friendly drinks? What kind of drinks, man? What you talking about? Alcoholic beverages. Keto-friendly alcoholic beverages. Any alcohol is going to actually pull you out of ketosis temporarily. You have to burn alcohol before you burn fat. You got to burn alcohol before you burn glucose. So if you put alcohol in your body, you won't burn glucose, you won't burn fatty acids. So what you want to do when you're drinking is you want to, first of all, eat beforehand so you don't get really hungry and eat carbs and stuff you don't want to eat afterwards if you want to stay keto. Then what you want to do, fill up on the proteins and the fats and get your veggies and protein and fat in before you drink. Have your drinks. Ari's standing right behind my phone, smiling so sweet. Then have your drinks. Don't eat after you have your drinks. Don't use it for excuses for, poor dietary habits. And if you do get super hungry, go for proteins and fats. The protein will help you not get hungover. So keto-friendly drinks, liquors with no sweets, you know, so like just straight Jack. You can do a Jack and Coke without the Coke. You can do...
What's the vodka tonic?
You can do a vodka tonic, yeah. You could
Or
do...
keto without any sweetener.
You could do Sprite and vodka with no Sprite.
You know what I'm thinking about?
You could do beer with no beer.
Are those little...
Actually, you know, you're going to want to avoid things like beers, things like really sweet stuff. White wines, most of them are not so great for keto. The sweeter stuff you want to avoid, and the sweet mixed drinks you want to avoid. John says, do you still follow Jack Clarus? Is he a genius or a quack or both? Do I still follow Jack Cruz? I don't listen to or read anything Jack Cruz puts out anymore. I had him on the show 3 times. He has some good points and makes some interesting arguments and put some things together linguistically in an interesting way. However, none of this is anything that he invented. None of this is anything he discovered himself. Is he a quack? No, I wouldn't call him a quack. He's a jerk.
Like a dog.
He's an asshole. And, you know, he plagiarizes. And there's a lot of issues with the Jack Cruz stuff. But there's some points that he makes that are really cogent. And some other points that he makes that are really frivolous and superfluous. And he's a biohacker extraordinaire. He's like the head biohacker. If you hang out with Jack Cruz enough, you listen to him, become a Jack Cruz minion, you can be a true biohacker. Your smug level will just be off the charts. And you can actually biohack. All right, Paradoxical Axiom says, ha ha ha, kosher is definitely a scam too. Yeah, no, the kosher certification is crazy. Now there's halal certification. All like this stuff is crazy, man. The kosher certification, if you're a brand and you're selling products, you want to keep your kosher certification, you would be amazed at how much money you're paying in, how much moolah, how many shekels you're putting in there. Is there a stuffing recipe in that cookbook? There's not a stuffing recipe, no. But a stuffing could easily be made using that bread. No, check it out. That keto bread. The best all-purpose keto bread is a really good base to use in stuffing recipes. Maybe check out Keto Connect for a stuffing recipe or something. Shout out Keto Connect. All right. Is it okay to eat eggs every day? I read to cycle them so you don't develop an allergy. Yeah, I eat eggs pretty much every day. I eat them all the time. I like eggs.
Because you're a fan and I love it.
Yeah, Ariana likes eggs too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with eating eggs every day. Yeah, of course, like overeating certain foods in the wrong context, in the context of a high-stress environment, can kind of exacerbate, like your body can tag it as like an immune disruptor, and your immune system can attack it. But I wouldn't really worry about it. People like to freak everyone out about, oh, you might do this wrong. You're doing it wrong. Let's keep it simple, guys. If you like the eggs, if you eat them every day and you feel okay with them, don't worry about it. Don't eat your eggs and think, oh, I might get an allergy because some hypochondriac said so. Salma says, Tristan, I'm 18, want to lose body fat, I'm assuming. I go hiking almost every weekend. I started keto 2 weeks ago. How can affect this way of life to the hiking and climbing passion? Good question. Sama, obviously English is your second language, or third language, or fourth. That's awesome. Your English is great. And I really like your profile picture there. Are you still on, Sama? You're 18 years old. That's so cool that you're trying to lose body fat, that you're actually taking care of your body. I mean, when I was 18, I was just smashing my body in every way I could possibly do it. Physically, psychically. I mean, I was just beating myself up, just burning the candle at both ends. The flame that burns twice as hot burns twice as fast, and I didn't care at that time. So I'm really glad to hear from some young folks that are they're actually taking care of themselves. Now, climbing and hiking with keto, yeah, it's totally fine. I hike all the time. Actually, not lately. I haven't been hiking that much lately, but yeah, twice this week. Didn't get to go today. So, anyways. Hiking, climbing, keto is not going to contraindicate this. Ketogenic diet will not make you lose your strength, will not make you weak, will not make you flaccid and impotent. In fact, you can thrive on keto, but what's going to happen is for the first few weeks while you're adapting, your stamina and strength might not feel up to snuff. So what you're going to want to do is maybe take it easy for the first couple weeks. Let yourself adapt to the diet and to the lifestyle, then move forward. Ashley Parker, what's up, Ashley Parker? If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. Come to Argentina. Patagonia is great. Yeah, I want to come to Argentina. There's a mine in Argentina that has black quartz, like some of the most amazing black quartz mineral specimens that you'll find anywhere. It's black quartz, I call it, but it's smoky quartz that is so smoky and so dense. It's from a mine in, was it Cajamarca? I think it's called. I want to figure out where this place is. Ron Lewin says vodka and soda with a lime. Yeah, if it's like a sugar-free soda, should be fine. Rosemary Butt says I'm in a really noisy pub in Leeds, England. Just seen that you were live. No chance of watching now. Too many distractions. Right on, man. Enjoy the pub. Christine says we can all do keto during the holidays. We got this. I'm planning my menu, and it will include keto-friendly items. Exactly. You can all do keto during the holidays. So we were talking about this in the beginning of the broadcast. Some strategies to stay keto during the holidays. The most important one, share your keto foods with the people you love and that you're surrounded with. You got an office Christmas or Thanksgiving party, and you're worried because Johnny Jackass down the hall from you is going to bring a box of Krispy Kreme, and you're going to be totally hypnotized by it. You know what you can do? Bring your own keto-friendly foods with you and cover those bases. So when you're going to Thanksgiving, make something like the keto carrot cake. Make a double recipe of that keto carrot cake. It's delicious, and people don't even know it's keto. Literally, people don't even have to know. Maria says Catamarca is a province in the Andes. So are Neuquén, La Rioja, San Juan y Mendoza. María, si puedes encontrarme unos cuarzos negros de Cajamarca. There's a Cajamarca in Colombia. There's a Cajamarca in Ecuador too. Maybe it wasn't Cajamarca. Maybe it was Belén. Belén? ¿Dónde está Belén? It's somewhere in Argentina. There's one mine that has this quartz, this super dark, smoky quartz, and they're just incredible. All right. What's that from? What's that guy's name? It's from Dazed and Confused. It's like, all right. You know what I like about them high school girls? Yeah, what's his face? They stay older, I keep getting older. They stay the same age. It's like the douchiest line ever. They stay the same age. He was like 30 when he was in that movie too, which made it even funnier when he was playing that douchey character. Yeah, so someone said wine. So if you're going to be drinking in the holidays, stick to the red wine. Eat your food before you imbibe. And try not to drink a bunch of sugary drinks. Make good decisions afterwards, and you'll be fine. Remember, though, when you're on keto, one drink might feel like 2 or 3 drinks. You're going to be a cheap date. Mutant Stoner. What's up, Mutant Stoner? Chachunga says, I have some in the freezer right now, speaking about your bread, as well as a carrot cake in the fridge. Love the new cookbook. People are having fun with it, babe. People are really stoked. So the cookbook is in the description of this video on YouTube. If you're watching live on YouTube, the cookbook, both of our cookbooks are actually in the description right there. What's up, Emma? It's 10 p.m. in the UK. Just got home from work. I need some really quick recipes. I'm getting bored of my cooking. Quick recipes, huh? What's something quick Emma can make right now?
Well, we talked about the meatballs and the egg muffins.
We just mentioned meatballs and egg muffins. Emma, cool picture. That's like Snapchat, right? That's what Snapchat does. I couldn't figure it. I downloaded it yesterday. I think it's terrible. I see the picture though. It's kind of cool. You see the rainbows coming from her eyes and stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. We just talked about the meatballs. The meatballs are a really good quick recipe. They take about 20 minutes to cook in the oven, but 2 minutes to prepare. Another one that's really, really good. Oh, somebody said they tried our code on Lakanto. It wasn't working. They still have the 50% off sale. Yeah, Ron, it's because you're getting 50% off already, which is like ridiculous because the Lakanto stuff, it's really, they have good pricing already. Like it's barely, like it's only, all right, yeah. So you're probably not going to get 20% off on top of 50% off. That's probably why. But the coupon code for us on Lakanto is Primal Edge Health. One word, lowercase. Anyways, Ron Lewin says he turned into a cheap drunk. Jessica, should we get drunk right now?
Not right now.
Just kidding. Peer pressure. No. We haven't drank in so long. I do see you. That's a beautiful outfit. That's gorgeous. Well, let's see you jump down with that. It'll like look like you're flying. Dude, jump. Go. Woo!
I want to see it.
That was awesome. You can't see it right now. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Christine says the code didn't work, but it's still a bargain. Yeah, so that code, they probably won't give you our code on top of the 50% off. Lacanto, we're sending all our friends to your site. We're not even getting credit for it. Whatever. You guys have a great product, and we love using it. And we thank you guys for sending us some cool stuff last week. Lifting the veil on keto. All right. What do you recommend for keto? All right, well, let's finish talking about drinks, about having drinks. Red wine, non-sweet drinks. All right, no more wrestling.
You can put it in the bio.
Non-sweetened drinks, straight liquor, wine, beer, not so much. Stay away from the beer, stay away from the sweeter stuff, and you will be okay. Did you speak Spanish before you moved to Ecuador? Sí, porque yo soy de California. Yo soy de San Diego. Y en San Diego hay muchos mexicanos. Y yo tengo familia que vive en México. También hay clases. Hay clases en escuela en California. Mucha gente estudia español yo estudio para 3 años en escuela. Sí. Jay Smith says, last time I had wine, I only planned on one and ended up drinking 2 bottles and got knocked out of ketosis. All right, Jay.
Out of consciousness.
What does, yeah, Jessica says knocked out of consciousness is probably the truth. What does it matter that you get knocked out of ketosis? Whenever you eat, whenever you drink alcohol, you're not going to be burning ketones anyways. So alcohol can actually increase your blood ketones. You know why? Because you're not using them. Because if you're already producing the ketones, you drink the alcohol, your blood gets flooded with ketones because you're not taking them up and using them for cellular energy. You're not using them to make ATP. So you're out of ketosis, but look, being in ketosis is not the goal. The only reason why being in ketosis all the time would be the goal, Jay Smith, so you don't have to worry about this. The only reason you should want to be in ketosis all the time would be if you got like a chronic disease, if you're trying to battle epilepsy or something like that, then all the time ketosis could be necessary because you can get a seizure threshold that can be triggered at any moment. If you're trying to lose body fat, optimize your lifestyle, live a healthy life, then don't worry about your blood ketones all the time. Yes, you're gonna be in ketosis if you keep your carbs low. If you drink a bunch of wine, you get smashed, you're not gonna be in ketosis for a little bit and you'll feel shitty the next day. But the goal is not to just be in ketosis all the time. Don't worry about it. Enjoy your life, keep it simple, and stop outsourcing your perception to these little devices, right? Like people are so obsessed with, what's wrong, Ari? You look disappointed. Mommy's taking a long time to do exactly what you wanted to do. It's hard. So anyways, the goal is not constant ketosis. Ketosis is a side effect of the fat loss. Ketosis is a side effect of the diet. Ketosis isn't my goal. Ketosis is a tool that I use. It's a state that I'm in most of the time. But it's not like I'm constantly striving for ketosis as if it's some sort of an ends. Ketosis isn't the ends. Ketosis is one means to many ends. Mutant Stoner says, beer is my vice. It's so damn good. Yeah, except it tanks your testosterone levels. And hops actually increase estrogen. I used to love beer. I used to also have a big-ass beer belly. I used to love beer and I looked like it. You know? I felt like it too. All yeasty. My freaking sweat used to smell like yeast. Ashley Parker was laughing at my answer to her question, which I didn't want to read. Vukasin Pekovic, what's up? Says, 1, make keto flatbread with chia and flax pancake. 2, make Gordon Ramsay style scrambled eggs. I don't know who that is. 3, get some cauliflower, cut fine. 3, fill pancakes and get some greens. Ooh, that's a cool idea.
4, add sauce.
4, shove in your face.
5, wrestle with your daughter.
Larry Cabra says, Cajamarca is here in Colombia. Oh man, I gotta go to Colombia. What's up with Colombia? I've got a bunch of boxes that I sent from the U.S. that have to go through Colombia. And apparently the border is like really crazy right now. My boxes are held up for a whole week. I'm waiting on some cool things. Tell Aduanas over there to chill out and let my boxes come to Ecuador now. Call your friends. Jay Smith says, bring Jessica's yummy cakes and cookies. Yeah, you know what? Those the cookies that we put up on the website, primaledgehealth.com. For those of you who heard us talking about the books we were recommending, the books we were talking about, are Jessica's books, which she is currently, look at her, super mom. She's got a sleeping baby in her lap, and she's editing. She's editing. She's slaying it. Editing another surprise for you guys. But anyways, yeah, the books are available exclusively at primaledgehealth.com, and the link is in the description, guys. So yeah, the carrot cake's in there. John C. says, I made the carrot cake last night. Made into muffins. Wife and kids inhaled them. A little too wet, moist after I took them out. But after one night in the fridge, they were perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. All right, so with the carrot cake, and we specified this in the video, you got to wait for it to cool completely. If you don't wait for that carrot cake to cool completely, you got to wait at least a few hours. I'm talking like 1 to 2 hours before you even touch it. If you don't, it'll be a little bit more mushy. But it settles in, and the density settles, and all the ingredients coalesce and kind of alchemize into this beautiful, beautiful little product. So yeah, that carrot cake's legit. That carrot cake recipe's in the we've got a video on how to make it, and it's on the website.
But that's a good strategy to put baked goods in the freezer if they come out gummy, or if they're kind of like a weird texture.
Rima says, hope you'll be on Snapchat soon. I don't think I will. I tried. It's just like I couldn't figure it out. I think it's really dumbed down, and I don't like I don't like the interface. Instagram's way better, I think. But I mean, I can try again if someone can train me. I just don't know how or why to use it. Liz Fox says she really likes smoky quartz as well. Cuarzos negros. Sí, Maria Brizuela. Here, I'll show you guys. Got one right here. This is, get a better specimen. Here we go. This little specimen. Here's a real nice one. Now, this is the one I want you to find, Maria. This is from a mine in Argentina. There's one mine that produces this quartz, this type of quartz. Si pregunta para cuarzo negro. But if you look at it, it's got this almost like, see that? All right. It's got a very different striation pattern than you'll see on most quartz. It's hard to see because my video is not, the quality is not that great, but the stuff, they're amazing. So yeah, the dragon glass, someone says. Someone says, I agree, Snapchat sucks. Yeah, when I saw Snapchat, I was just like, dude, this is like designed to make people dumber. To me, it just seems like some, like really, I don't know, I don't like Snapchat. But you know what, Instagram's new live feature is pretty badass. I must say it's great. Jay Smith says, Snapchat interface is good once you learn. Why do you have to learn? Like, why can't it just be basic and simple? I don't understand. And the way, and all right, I don't know. All right. Let's see. Mutant Stoner had a question. Somebody had a question that was funny. It was about like dabbing. Dion says, I love the meatballs. That's cool. I'm glad you love them. Where's the girl who was 18 who I was talking to earlier? Did you take off? Rima says, what do you recommend for keto beginners? Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking or the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook? The Ketogenic Edge Cookbook. For beginners, build your foundation. Ketogenic Edge Cookbook. And also, just watch some of the videos I've done over the years. There's so much information on how to do it effectively and efficiently and simply. And the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook is all the basics, simple recipes, delicious recipes, and it's all nutrient-dense whole foods. But there's so much more going on in this book than you're gonna find anywhere else. Like, we have an entire section on how to use organ meats, an entire section on that, which I think is really cool. And organ meats are one of the most neglected parts of the animal, and most people don't eat them. But they're actually, I mean, like liver, for instance, has incredible amounts of vitamin A. The liver also stores vitamin D. So these fat-soluble vitamins, you're not going to find these in other foods. Heart has an incredible amount of coenzyme Q10. So you can actually make those beef heart meatballs, Mama's Best meatballs that I showed you guys earlier. You make those with 50% beef heart. They're so good. Michelle says the keto bread is life-changing. I toasted it and made a sardine sandwich today. Delicious. That sounds like something Jessica would have eaten today. Kukul Khan says, Tristan, what are your thoughts on dabs? I'm talking about cannabis extracts like wax and shatter. That stuff is crazy, man. I left California before that stuff got really big. When I was in college, though, I mean, when it was still, it was before, okay. It was before vitamin K2. Ariana just reminded me. You're so sweet. But vitamin K2 is, I don't think there's a lot of vitamin K2 in liver. A lot of vitamin A in liver. All right, dabs. I think some of these like wax and shatter extracts are crazy. I don't know. I've never tried one. Like there's crazy devices that people have now. They have these gnarly, like crazy, like dabbing bongs and stuff. It's all, California is insane now. When I left, it was, cannabis was still illegal. They had the medical thing going on, and I used to know people who made those like extracts when I was in college. They would call them earwax and stuff, but they were very expensive back then, and it was, the extraction methods hadn't been perfected. But it seems like now the cannabis industry in California, Colorado, Washington, all this, they're making these crazy extracts that I think some of them can definitely be dangerous if people are using solvents to extract these things, and also pesticide contamination and stuff like that can be a big issue. So yeah, I don't know. I know some people who are involved in that industry heavily for years, and there are people who make quality products that are organic, but you gotta be really careful with this crap that people are selling out there, guys. Cannabis industry, new, budding, pun intended, but there is a lot of there can be a lot of contamination and a lot of nasty stuff in cannabis. And if you're smoking something that has pesticide residues on it, whew, and if you're eating pesticide residue extracts, like a lot of these are fat soluble, these pesticides. A lot of them are water soluble too, but yeah. Somebody told me that. All right, what? Ah! Crazy. All right. Okay, Ari. That's enough. Mutant Stoner says, I've done the vaping before, but I end up hitting it too much, and I get sick. Yeah, you shouldn't do things that make you sick.
Right.
Keto with Honey Bunny says, I had a breast cancer scare, and that helped me quit cold turkey 4 years ago. What helped you quit? Vaping? That's really cool. That's awesome. A lot of people hate on vaping. It helped you quit smoking. That's awesome. Crystal Rossi says, I have a sleeping baby in my arms too. Crystal. Oh, Crystal, that's awesome. Shout out to the moms out there having babies, raising conscious children. It's like an act of rebellion to even have children now, right? We are all being programmed not to breed. Or even biologically being programmed not to be able to breed with all these estrogen-mimicking chemicals in the water and stuff. The gender-bending water. Gotta biohack it, guys. Cordelia says, I've got a Smoke Alien. It's the best vape in the game. I've never heard of these things. You can control the temps and airflow and a bunch of settings. That's cool. There's so many of these crazy devices out there now, guys. John C. says, Juve Light will be delivered next Tuesday. I was hoping to use a referral code, but couldn't find one. Tristan, ask them for one, bro. You're part of the reason I'm buying one. John C., why don't you just email them and tell them Tristan from Primal Edge Health sent me to you guys and he didn't have a referral code. Just tell them. They'll know. They'll know who I am because I've been talking to them this week. Ari, please stop. Ari really wants attention, guys. She'd like it for any reason. any way that she can get it. Stop it, Ari. I'm very serious. No more drums. John C., that's cool that you got the Juve Light, man. I'm stoked for you. Let me know how it goes. Anybody else is interested in the Juve Light that I was mentioning in a few of the prior hangouts, and I talked about it recently, the red light device, use the coupon code. What's the coupon code, babe?
I don't know if you wrote back to me yet, but
Might have a coupon code. Let's see if we have a coupon code.
here, hold on. I'll tell you that.
Jay Smith says, I don't like Snapchat because the posts don't stay up. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, why?
Primal Edge Health. This one's all uppercase. I don't know if it matters.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So if you guys are interested in that Juve Light, you can get a discount, right? That's the discount code.
Yeah.
Discount code, Primal Edge Health, all uppercase. All caps, Primal Edge Health. Jay Smith, yeah, I don't like Snapchat, but I can't really say I don't like it because I don't really know it that well. I just kind of read some of it, and I was just like, this is freaking whack. Seems like some weird, I don't know. I don't like what it does to your brain, some of these apps. A lot of these apps are specifically designed to, like Sean Parker said, exploit weaknesses, exploit vulnerabilities in human consciousness. Jaden says, hey, thanks, Tristan, for helping save the human race. What a lofty thing. That is the goal, ultimately, though, right? But you can't save the flesh, can you, my friend? Salvation doesn't come in the flesh, does it? Molia Morgan says, I always thought Snapchat was for cheating. Yeah, I thought it was for, I don't know, when I first heard of Snapchat, my friends told me it was like you just send stupid videos of yourself with filters that put bunny ears on you and stuff. Like you make yourself look weird, and then it disappears. So I don't know. John C. says, I can't wait to stand naked in front of the Juve. Yeah, that's awesome. So you could stand naked in front of the Juve and get a lot of the benefits that you would get from the sun when you can't get sun. It's a really good way to get rid of like things like seasonal affective disorder, to decrease inflammation, to improve your mitochondrial density and mitochondrial efficiency, and to create ATP without having to burn glucose or fat. So somebody asked earlier about using solar energy. Yes, we can, just like photosynthesis, we can create energy from light. And our mitochondria can create energy from red light frequencies, especially 660 nanometers up to 810 nanometers. And the Juve light that I recommend, there's a bunch of versions. One of them has just near infrared. One of them just has 660 nanometers. Other one is 810 nanometers, the wavelength of the light. I got the one that does both of them. There's the combo unit. I recommend that one. Link is in the description for the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook. Says Enroth's asking about the Ketogenic Edge Cookbook. Link's in the description. Rima says, I love liver. We eat it all the time. I had liver this morning. If you look at my Instagram story from yesterday, it might not even be up anymore. I put some liver up in there. It was so good. Ron says, I was listening to... What's that?
Sheep liver.
Sheep liver. It was so good. I was listening to Dr. Nora Gadautis yesterday, and she said that the cavemen would eat the organs and feed the muscles to their dogs. We don't know that. But, yeah, when you look at apex predators, they will eat the organs. Like lions, they'll eat the good stuff. They'll eat the liver. They'll eat the heart. They'll eat the organs. And they'll eat part of the guts. And then they'll actually leave the rest of it for the dogs. John C. says, Tristan, thoughts on chemtrails and chlorella to negate effects? All right, chlorella binds to heavy metals, and it can bind to stuff like aluminum, barium, mercury, and actually bind up those metals and pull them out of your body. I eat chlorella all the time, and it's not just because of the detoxification effects, which is really important. I mean, a lot of us have mercury toxicity. I eat fish all the time too. Everyone's like, oh, you eat fish, you're not worried about mercury? No, I'm not worried about the mercury from the fish, because iodine and selenium are packaged right there, and I eat a lot of foods like chlorella. I use diatomaceous earth sometimes. I'll eat certain clays. Some like clinoptilolite clays or bentonite clays or things that I include in my diet sometimes. Weird stuff like that, right? You're eating clay, but these things can have really amazing benefits for the body.
Just drink a lot of water.
But yeah, I think chlorella can be great for kind of binding up metals and stuff like that. Not I think, I know. This is something that is known, guys. Claire, what's up, Claire? Says, just arrived. Don't know if you discussed it before, but do you know about liquid ketones? Yeah, liquid ketones. Everybody needs to buy those. I'll make liquid ketones, and I pee them out in my urine all the time. Liquid ketone. No, sorry, I'm joking. Don't buy these ketone products, guys. You make your own ketones. I make liquid ketones in my blood for free. Deborah says, I was having a lot of pain in kidneys and liver doing keto. Had general health issues. Not keto fault, just probably some health issues. Did notice weight was melting off, but with kidney pain, I stopped. Yeah, it sounds like something's going on there. Were you dehydrated? Mutant Stoner says, all this new super weed should be labeled as panic attack in the med shops. LOL, stuff's getting stronger and stronger. Well, look, you got to understand with cannabis, this is like... All right. There's so many different constituents of the cannabis plant other than just THC and CBD. High THC strains are going to give you massive amounts of anxiety. THC in the absence of CBD or certain other... I mean, there's hundreds of cannabinoids in cannabis, not just THC, CBD. There's like CBN. There's a There's so many different analogs to, like, that are within this plant, and loads of terpenes. So there's all these different terpenes that have different effects on the body. Pinene is a really potent terpene that you'll find in stuff like a turpentine and stuff like that. Pine, that piney smell that you see in like a lot of pot, a lot of cannabis, is actually from terpenes. These terpenes can have effects on the body, and some people are sensitive and get negative effects from certain terpenes that other people enjoy. So it could just be you. It might not just be all that crazy weed that people are making, or it just could be contaminants in the pot too, man. It's like, you got to understand, like, when there's a gold rush, there's contamination. I mean, it's just like keto, like the keto gold rush. Look how much contamination there is in the keto world through just nonsense marketing, people trying to sell you crap, exogenous ketones, just charlatan crap. The same thing happens in the cannabis industry. People try to make a quick buck selling low-quality products at a premium price, and hopefully it gets sorted out and the market corrects itself and this crap product stop being sold, because some of these things can hurt people, right? Especially these pesticides that people are smoking on their weed. It's just crazy. Laylee's leaving. See you later. Link says, is cheating one day then going back on keto for 4 days worth it? Because then the next week I'll be with grandparents, so I'll be cheating for a week. How do you know you'll be cheating? Links, there might be ways that you can, I don't know, why you're giving up. You're going to be with your grandparents. You don't know that you have to cheat. Come on, my grandparents, they're eating steaks. They've got eggs. You don't have to eat junk food. You can stay on the diet. But if you plan on not being on keto for a while, you're not going to damage yourself from coming on and off keto every once in a while. Stick to it when you can. Don't beat yourself up or feel guilty or think you're like subhuman because you're not doing keto right now, or you're not as cool as all the keto gurus, who half of them don't even do keto anyways. Right? Half these people are just cashing in. Like, don't trip on it. All right. Look at all these people. What's up, everyone? What's going on? People want Ari. We would love to give Ari attention. Have her do her own videos. She reminds me of my daughter when she was little. Ari, people love you.
Oh, I love them.
She says, Kukul Khan says, smoking wax requires a blowtorch. I don't use crackhead utensils. That's smoking wax requires a blowtorch. Okay. Look at all these people. Let's do an Ariana show, says Christine. Yeah, Ariana eclipses everything. She's awesome.
No, I'm done getting up.
All right. Keto with Honey Bunny says, I met my husband on a hookup site. All right. Jaden Granada says, I'm going to do a 7-day fast. Any tips before I start? Australia loves you, bro. Well, thank you. 7-day fast. Tips before you start. Drink plenty of water. If you need some salt during the fast, use some salt. If you start getting really negative effects and you think you need to stop, listen to yourself, stop, and just be safe. And the thing with fasting is when you are feeding afterwards, you've got to introduce food slowly. So you got to eat a meal that's like a third or a quarter the size of your normal meal when you first start eating food again. Ryder's so awesome, but he's butt naked and I can't show him. You're so cute, dude. What's up, little man? What's up, little homie? What are you doing?
He's drinking freshly opened mineral water.
Oh, let me get some of that. Elizabeth says, yes, what about using 660 nanometers red light for red light therapy? Much cheaper. Much cheaper than what?
Look at this. It used to be too hot and it just feels perfect. I don't know what
Links
happened.
says, thanks for the answer, man. I really appreciate it. I got to go make that money. So have a great day, everyone. Right on. Go do what you got to do. Do you think cheaper infrared lights can still be beneficial? Sure. Yeah, can be. Definitely. Kukul Khan says, some people say that using social media like Facebook, etc., makes them feel like they're living in the past. Any thoughts? Totally. Yeah, people who are scrolling through their feed on Facebook and looking at their high school friends and stuff and reminiscing and feeling, whatever, like looking at the fake life that they're putting up on Facebook, posturing, peacocking, pretending to be happy. It makes people depressed. All right, you want to be sane on Facebook and you don't want to delete your Facebook completely? delete every single person from your childhood and high school and all your old friends that you don't talk to anymore. Delete them off your Facebook. Go through your whole friend list. Delete all those people from elementary school, all the people from middle school and high school. Delete them. Facebook can be incredibly unhealthy with people sitting there scrolling through there. Like, there's just, it doesn't, it's not always, it's not always bad, but it's usually not healthy. All right, Claire is coming over here trying to market her liquid ketones some more. If you're not, then whatever, but don't come on here and market ketones. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And you're trying to be slick about it, or maybe you're just, playing around, but it sure seems like you're trying to market those ketones in the feed here, which is hilarious. Get out of here if you're doing that. You're blocked. Deborah, probably need to add juicing in order to do this. My juicer needs to be fixed. Juicing for what? What do you mean juicing? Most people on keto are probably not going to want to do juicing, but, in certain contexts, it doesn't always have to be wrong. Elizabeth, what's up? Liz Fox, hello. Ron, Deborah, Jaden. Jade says, my cat goes crazy for heart meat. That's really cool. Ooh. Hey, Ryder. You guys want to see Ryder? Hey, Ryder. How you doing? Can I get a high five? You want to do a high five? Yeah, buddy. All right. So, John, do you think cheaper infrared lights can still be beneficial? Yeah, I think they could, but you're going to have to find the right frequency of light. 660 nanometers or 810. Jay Smith says, Christmas and Thanksgiving, so much meat and veg seems easy to stick with. It's Easter that's going to hurt me. Easter, when everyone's eating chocolate bunnies and Cadbury cream eggs, huh? But look, bring your own food. For Easter, make the carrot cake. That's such an Easter-friendly recipe. Carrot cake, cookies, those zucchini cookies that we put up. That's in the Ultimate Guide to Low-Carb Baking. And then just meats. The meats. Fill up on the proteins when you guys are going to the, eat the turkey at the turkey dinner. If you're in America and you're going to the Thanksgiving, eat a bunch of turkey. Don't eat the stuffing.
Beans,
Don't eat the
Brussels
potatoes.
sprouts.
Yeah, exactly. The Brussels sprouts, the green beans. And make your own stuff. Thanks, sweetie.
What?
Make your own stuff and bring it. Make your own desserts to share.
One day soon.
And look, at Thanksgiving, here's the key. I'm going to show you guys how to biohack Thanksgiving. Because when you're doing something really awesome, you're not just doing something really awesome. You're biohacking. So here's how you biohack it, bros. Look at Ari, he's just wearing a tiny little shirt.
It was a 2-year-old shirt on a 5-year-old body.
It fits perfectly.
So, here's what you do. When you're going to Thanksgiving, when you're going to potlucks, when you're going to these things with your friends and your families, stop focusing so much on the food aspect of it. Don't think about the food. Bring your own food that you can eat that's keto friendly. Bring a bunch of protein stuff that you can fill up on your protein. Get your greens. Bring a bunch of greens and bring a keto friendly dessert from the baking cookbook. Bring meatballs, just something delicious that everyone can enjoy that's keto friendly for you, so you can enjoy it. And then don't focus on the food. Don't worry about what other people are eating. Don't look at the cake. Don't look at anything. Look in your loved one's eyes. Look at the people who you love. Connect with them. Share your space with them. Share your thoughts with them. Talk with them about what you love, about what you have in common, about what you want to see in the world, about what you want to manifest in this world. Don't talk about the food. Don't sit there and, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Just focus on the relationships. Focus on the love. Focus on the real bond between you and those people around you. I wish I got that bite on camera. That was hilarious. Ryder just took a huge bite of a keto... What is this? Oh, that's not keto. That's like a modified.
There are these 5 muffins. It's flax and chia and coconut flour, and then apple and raisin.
So
and
these are a
egg.
modified, almost keto
They're almost
food.
keto.
They're like a keto food with a little bit of apple and raisin in them, and Ryder's going crazy. JC Bean in Idaho, what's up? Thanks, Liz Fox. I agree. They're really sweet. They're super hungry, too. They're eating organ meats and Gluten-free deliciousness here. All right. Rima says, I had keto flu when I started the diet. What's the chance of having it again if I had a cheat day? You might not feel so awesome the next day while you're in that metabolic limbo state, but you're going to be fine. You'll get back into ketosis rather quickly. But why are you going to do the cheat day thing? It's like, I had a cheat day or I cheated. Why are you going to call it cheating? When you call it cheating, you're basically linguistically programming yourself to feel guilt, shame, and regret about it. Do you have a cheat day on your wife or your husband? Do you have a cheat day? Like you don't get a cheat day in life, right? So let's not call it a cheat day. Off keto eating day, right? So enjoy your non-keto foods and get back on it. Thanks, Renee Michelle says thank you for being real. I just try. It's gonna be hard sometimes, right? We all get so many layers of nonsense now. Ryder's ridiculous. Facebook can be super toxic. I did a purge recently, and it felt so good. I don't even remember knowing some of the people. Yeah, just Facebook purges can be really helpful, or just like removing yourself from Facebook in general. And Roth says, I've been keto for 9 months, keep carbs under 20 a day, but my blood ketone levels hover around 0.4. Is it because I'm fat adapted or is something else going on? When are you measuring those? That's the question. So if your ketones are only 0.4 when you wake up, like first thing in the morning, it might just be because of cortisol. Ketones can also be low due to a disrupted circadian rhythm or due to stress. Stress can raise cortisol, raise your blood glucose, drop your ketones. So there could be a lot of things going on. The goal, what is your goal in keto? Like, why are you doing a ketogenic diet? Are you doing a ketogenic diet so that you can measure your blood ketones, feed your blood to a gigapet, and be justified by the number there? Or is there something else you're chasing, Enroth? Do you want fat loss? Do you want mental clarity? You try to reduce inflammation? You know, I think it's better to take stock of what we are enjoying about the diet and actually measure our progress by what we're trying to progress towards. So if you're trying to lose body fat, measure your body fat. You're looking for weight loss, your ketones might be low due to just lots of visceral fat. When we burn off that visceral fat that we store in our gut, all around our organs, then we become more insulin sensitive. We become insulin resistant when we gain weight. When we lose the weight, we become insulin sensitive. So as you drop your body fat, you're going to start feeling better. Your inflammation is going to be lower. And your ketones will go up. But look, just quit wasting your money on these blood ketone strips. You're measuring your blood ketone strips all the time for no reason. And I know, like, you think it's justified. The gurus online all do it. Everyone on their YouTube channel, you got to measure your ketones now. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick to get people hooked, right? You buy into the product, you buy into the keto strips, you're constantly buying them, you're constantly in this state of confusion, you're always going back to the guru trying to figure out, how do I get my ketones higher? But it's like this, it's not a sustainable habit. And people are outsourcing their perception to this stupid gigapet. You know, I mean, you're spending how many dollars to measure your blood ketones every day? You're putting your blood in this little machine, it tells you a number. That number can mean one of many things. It can mean so many different things. And the context that you're measuring in is super important. So keep it in context. You're looking for fat loss? Measure your waist. Step on that scale. Emily says, your recipes might even get me to explore organ meats. I'm so excited. Did you see my question about black soybeans? 1 gram net carb. Hey, 1 gram net carb. Sounds good. Never seen black soybeans. Jay Smith says, if you don't tell anyone you are doing keto, they usually don't even notice. Wow. I think that if you're vegan, it doesn't work like that, right? You have to tell everyone
that you're vegan.
Yeah. I love those like the memes. There's some meme of this kid, and he's like this like little pale kid. He's like sitting in his chair, and he's like squeezing, like, and his face is sweating bullets. And it's like when you're vegan and haven't told anyone in 4 minutes. What's the story of you and your family moving to Ecuador? What motivated you guys to leave the States? Go to our Instagram at Primal Edge Health. And we talked about this 2 times in the last 24 hours. Last night, we did a live Instagram, talked a little bit about it. Talked a little bit about it today on the live Instagram. Million different reasons, you know. I mean, it's like, why did you move to Ecuador? why did you marry your wife, right? It's like, whoa, so many reasons I love this woman. We came here in 2010, November 1st, 2010. We got out of a plane the day after Halloween on my wife's birthday, 2010. Fell in love with this place. Ended up selling everything we had, jumping into the unknown completely. We didn't have jobs. We didn't have money. All we had was what we had saved up for about a year and a half, living in a crappy little tiny house in the worst neighborhood in the barrio of Santa Cruz, California. We lived in the beach flats where all the Mexican gangs and Serenos and Teños, it's just crazy.
Remember the crack den?
Yeah, there's crack dens all around. Yeah, remember that lady? There was this really nice...
And the lady with the pit bull.
That crazy witch with the... Remember that lady with the Rancho book?
No.
And her husband?
Wait,
Yeah.
with the
With the pit bull, yeah, the crazy old witch.
Oh.
She's telling me she's like a generational witch.
Oh.
Yeah, she tried to give me her Rancho book.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, and she was crazy. She was so methed out, but she was like kind of a sweet person though.
She was, yeah.
She was like she really loved that dog.
Yeah.
And her husband, he was like a weird guy and he was screwed up, but also that was a funny time. Yeah, we lived in a really bad neighborhood.
They drank a lot of margaritas.
They were drinking margaratas all the time.
Afternoon and
Probably
10 in the morning.
probably imbibing in some other substances in between.
No doubt.
Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, we lived in a full-on crack neighborhood, and yeah, saved up money, jumped into the unknown. We bought a one-way ticket. We didn't know how long we would visit for. We ended up deciding to move here. We flew back to the States, sold everything we had, got rid of everything, and we came back here, and here we are. Right, it's so cool.
Tell people to go and whatever, us on Instagram.
Yeah, so if you want to hear some of the story, I mean, we'll talk about it more, but it's impossible to tell it completely. I mean, it's I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. There was a lot of stuff leading up to it, a lot of stuff that happened during our transition. But yeah, we chose Ecuador and South America because we were really into exporting organic foods. We were in the organic food business, and we wanted to export things like maca, cacao, and some of these high-end foods that you can get only in South America.
Very nice.
Emily A says the keto groups on Facebook are awful. I'm not in any of them now. So much misinformation and shit talking for no reason.
Ask if people want a forum on our site.
Yeah. We've thought about putting a forum up on our site, but everyone spends all their freaking time on Facebook now. Like, that's the problem. It's like so many people think, like, there used to be so many forums on the internet, right? There was forums on all these sites that I used to lurk on for various reasons. There's still some forums that I like. CK5.com.
But, yeah.
Would you guys want a forum on our website? Or we want to expand, we want to do things, but we don't want to just rely on social media platforms like Facebook. I mean, I love doing the YouTube live stuff, but we've been shown many times that YouTube is openly censoring, and I don't agree with the stances that they're taking and why they're censoring people. I think it's incredibly dangerous, and I don't like empowering YouTube and Google. I think it's really alarming that, we got all these so-called entrepreneurs, right? Who've got their own businesses. But if you step out of line with Google and YouTube or Amazon, it's like it's crazy, right? Amazon, like all these entrepreneurs, half of them are just making money off Amazon affiliate links. It's like, you're not an entrepreneur. You're an Amazon and YouTube and Google employee. And if you say something they don't agree with, you'll be demonetized and thrown in the Google Gulag. So I don't like that whole thing. We're trying to figure out some other way to kind of connect with our audience and to share content. And we're thinking about maybe doing a forum on our website, because those Facebook groups are totally toxic. And I don't know, it's just, it's crazy. Mutant Stoner says, I had an off keto eating day. 4 slices of pizza, crashed. 2 hours later, woke up 2 pounds heavier the next day. The next day I was 3 pounds lighter. You'll all be fine if you indulge on occasion. Yeah, exactly. You'll be fine. Oh, I woke up 2 pounds heavier. But it was just water weight, and then the next day I was a whole pound lighter. So don't trip on it. Is there a reason I should count net carbs instead of total carbs? Silent Chick, yeah, you do the net carbs, but only if you're eating whole foods. So whole unrefined foods, and I don't mean Whole Foods, which is owned by Amazon now. Amazon. How is this allowed? But yeah, no, nutrient-dense, unrefined foods, net carbs. But don't play that with, like, you know, junk foods and Quest bars and stuff. Daniel Stanley, the story of us moving to Ecuador. I don't know, man. It's been a long trip. We got a lot of stories of Ecuador. I don't know. We'll get into it slowly. We tell little bits of it here and there. I told the story last night on Instagram Live of you guys go watch that video later on. It'll be pulled down later. It's at Primal Edge Health on Instagram. But I told the story of when we went to get our residency. We went on a road trip, almost totaled our car in the middle of nowhere, and then had to pick up my parents up in the capital city, Quito, and they were freaked out driving in Ecuador. They did not like being in my car in Ecuador. They thought it was so scary. John says, do you track your sodium intake? How much extra sodium do you think an average person needs on keto? I recommend getting at least 5,000 milligrams of sodium, meaning 5 grams of sodium. Now, I track mine through habit. And when I work with clients, I usually teach them to ingrain habits around salt intake. Sodium is super, super important on keto. Also, not only sodium, but magnesium and potassium as well. So here's how you make sure you're getting enough sodium. With each meal, if you're doing 3 meals a day, is what I do. And if I got clients on 3 meals a day, I tell them add at least 1 teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons of salt on each meal. In between meals, if I start feeling hungry or if I get lightheaded or something, especially when people are transitioning to keto, like beginners, this doesn't happen to me anymore, but sometimes it can be useful to throw like 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of salt in the back of the throat, let it dissolve, and then maybe drink some water to chase it down later. Salt water can be dehydrating. I don't think it's a good way to hydrate. I don't like how it feels. But yeah, sodium intake is really important. 5,000 to 7,000 milligrams a day minimum. You can usually achieve that through 3 teaspoons of salt per day. Most people, that will be enough. My phone might die soon, guys, so I'm going to start wrapping this up. Daniel says, I've thought about leaving the States as well. Move to a place where you can be free with less restrictions. There's restrictions everywhere, man. And it's a global police state. You don't realize with globalization, we're looking at more than just a localized issue here, guys. If you want to build a house on my land, I don't want a bunch of restriction or codes to follow. Yeah, well, anywhere you go, you're going to be dealing with bureaucracies. You're going to be dealing with bloated governments whose only intention is to spread more government. So, you know, I mean, Latin America is the same. The governments are completely corrupt, but they're corrupt at a different level. In the U.S., it's, you know, it's top down. It's like, it's big business corruption. It's corporatocracy. It's, you know, it's an oligarchic system run by big money interests. George Soros, Jeff Bezos. I mean, these Bill Gates. The philanthropists. The philanthropists. When you reach supervillain status, you call yourself a philanthropist on Wikipedia. But yeah, everywhere you go, there will be bureaucracy, hoops to jump through, and there's no off the grid. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting off the grid. Still got to pay them taxes so the government can make bombs and spy on you. All right, Maria says, here in South America, all countries are corrupted. Yeah, everywhere. People think that's so offensive if you watch the news, right? Oh, in America, we have this sacred democracy that is totally uncorruptible. I mean, from the local level to the federal level in the United States, there's a... All right, T.S. Odinson, what's up, dude? Accidentally had a couple bites of beef jerky that had sugar in it. How much would kick me out of ketosis and for how long? You're joking with me. Don't worry about it, man. A little bit of sugar. Am I in ketosis? How much money would you have to spend to actually measure your ketones before, during, and after? Think of how much money people are spending on these ketone strips. Save your money, guys. Keep your blood in your body. Don't feed the gigapets. Gigapet hungry. All right. CT says you're very fortunate to have a like-minded partner with you on your Ecuadorian journey. I'm so blessed. It's crazy. No, I really, like, And then my kids are so cool. Like, this is what we all have, that ability though. We all have the ability to like connect with people, to truly connect with people, and to build a lifestyle that we want to inhabit, to build the lifestyle that we want to live. And that's what we did here. You know, it's like, we aren't rich. We didn't have shit when we came here. We had nothing. We had backpacks and a lot of faith. T.S. Owenson said, did you catch my quick question above? You playing with me, aren't you, buddy? All right. All internet experts fact checked on Wikipedia and Snopes. Yeah, Wikipedia. Well, Snopes told me that the U.S. government is not corrupt at all. Who's the owner of Snopes? Who runs Snopes.com, guys? Look it up. Is there a limit on cholesterol intake on keto? Thanks for the question, Rima. There's no limit to cholesterol intake on any diet. You can eat as much cholesterol as you want on any diet. Now, the assumption that dietary cholesterol is bad is a faulty assumption, and it's been proven that dietary cholesterol doesn't affect blood and serum cholesterol levels. Keto with Honey Buddy says Elvis Presley runs Snope. I checked that on Snopes. I thought Snopes was okay. I thought Jeeves runs Snopes. I'll just go ask him. Elizabeth says, if we were to visit Ecuador, would it be good to rent a car or just take a bus?
Depends who you are, right?
Depends on how brave you are. You want to get on one of these buses in Ecuador. There are bus accidents all the time in the Andes. T.S. Owenson says, George Soros is visiting less than a mile away from my front door this week. I can feel the darkness. George Soros. I mean, how is that guy not in prison? How crazy is it? I mean, just funding these revolutions all over the world. That's crazy. George Soros, the Open Society. Whew. All right. Vukasan says, approximately how much fat do you eat daily, Tristan? Or how many calories? I know you don't bother tracking. Sometimes I track. Look at my, all right, we've got plenty of full day of eating videos here on YouTube. Some of them have macros, some of them I didn't track. I'd say on average, because I'm weight stable, because I have not a lot of body fat to burn, I need to eat more dietary fat, right? Like, I'm not trying to get any more lean. I'm already pretty lean right now. When I get too lean, I don't feel so good. So me, probably right now, maybe 180 to 220 grams of fat right now. Because I went through a phase where I got super lean, and right now I'm kind of rebuilding some fat stores. Like I'm actually rebuilding a little bit of muscle too. I don't know. I went through this whole thing of losing a lot of body fat and some muscle because I had some imbalances in my hips. So I mean, I'm constantly doing weird stuff with my body, and always cycling my calories. But right now, probably 180 to 220, and that's like mass building phase, right? Lean mass, but also some fat mass, because you can gain fat on keto. And somebody earlier asked, how can you gain weight on keto? You eat more keto food, right? You increase your calories from fat. A little bit more protein can be helpful too. 0.8 grams per pound of your lean body mass or of your desired lean body mass. And then fat makes up the energy portion of the diet. So you put more fat on your plate, means you're not going to burn body fat, and you can gain more weight through eating more fat on your plate. All right. Ron says, that's so cool. We would love to retire outside the U.S., but so many family ties in the Chicago area. Yeah, that's the hardest part, right? Like leaving the beautiful life that you had there. It's like, for us, it's like we had so many friends, and we had so much crazy stuff happening to us and around us when we left. It was hard for us to leave, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. Vukasin says, I hope you take care of your hip. Yeah, I got 2 of them. They work great. They're always changing. I had a major injury like 10 years ago. 9 years ago. Renee says, any thoughts on bee pollen? Heard it's good for healing inflammation. Bee products are incredible. Bee pollen and royal jelly and propolis. All of these are incredible foods. even honey, you know. But obviously, if you're on keto, you're not going to be wanting to eat a bunch of honey. So bee pollen can be amazing. You know, I mean, it's a little bit sweeter, is a little higher carbohydrate content. So on keto, you're going to want to limit it. But most people aren't eating more than a teaspoon of bee pollen when they're having it. Now I'm going to start wrapping this up, guys. T.S. Odinson says, thanks for your hard work. Love the cookbooks. I want to do a personal consultation soon. Looking forward to it. Right on, T.S. Odinson. Love the name. It's like a mythological Nordic poet. You're a mythological Nordic poet. Yeah, man, if you say you want to do a personal consultation, you can hit me up through the website if you want to get down on that. I've been doing less of them lately, but I do accept clients that I feel I'll click with and that I vibe with. You know, I'm a little bit more selective now with the jobs I take on because we've been so busy. Do you surf? If yes, are the waves nice there? I don't surf in Ecuador. I don't surf right now. I live in the mountains. I do like to surf. I'm no good at it. There are amazing waves in Ecuador. All right, Bungalows La Buena Vida. So if you, all right, what's your name? Daniel. Daniel, if you're gonna come to Ecuador, you gotta hit up Keith and Marilyn at Bungalows La Buena Vida in Ayampe. Ayampe. Don't tell anybody I told you that because that's my secret little spot. There's so many nice little spots in Ecuador that I don't even like talking about because I don't want them to get ruined by tourists and more gringos looking to escape from their miserable lives. All right, T.S. Odinson says 25 pounds gone. Congratulations, man. T.S. What else is going on, guys? John says, do you take many supplements or try to get most of what you need through food? I've got so many supplements around, but it's like it's about context for me. There's no supplements that I'm like, oh, I'll take this supplement all the time. And a lot of the things that I take would just be like food-based stuff, you know, reishi extracts, lion's mane stuff sometimes. I've been using methylene blue lately. Methylene blue, very, very interesting stuff. But yeah, there's no, like, I'm not really big on just like, oh, gotta take supplements. There's 1,000 supplements that I think could be useful in specific contexts, but there's nothing that I, you know, need to take all the time. So I hope that helps. Keto with Honey Bunny says, have a good weekend, fam. Heading to get my kid, go home, and clock back in for some work. Right on. Take care. Keto with Honey Bunny. Thanks for hanging out. Maria says, I grew up going every weekend to our farm in the country, and your beautiful daughter rides so well. I didn't use any saddle either. Wow, you didn't use a saddle? That's impressive. Do you get any aunt visits from relatives, or do you go visit them? Yeah, we make them visit us. I don't like flying. I don't like being molested by TSA, and I'm not going to bring my children and let these TSA agents molest them at the airports. I think it's completely dehumanizing what they've done to air travel. I think it's offensive to me. And I get shit stolen from TSA almost every time I fly. You don't have daylight savings time changes in Ecuador, do you? No, there's no daylight savings time. Nobody saves the daylight for me here. It's so sad. Nobody saves me any daylight. How crazy is daylight savings time? It doesn't make any sense. See you later, TS. Renee, thanks for the comments. Thanks for the questions, everybody. Keto with Honey Bunny, who said that Elvis runs Snopes. She checked it on Snopes. That's awesome. Daniel says, I heard you hit a little on 5Gs and problems with it. Can you elaborate more on this? Do some research on the frequencies being used in 5Gs or microwave radiation frequencies also used in MK Ultra mind control experiments. These are weaponized microwave systems that are being erected. And it's been proven Wi-Fi, microwave radiation, radio waves all have incredibly negative effects on human cell metabolism. And we're looking at, I mean, this 5G thing, yeah, you're going to have super fast service. This 5G thing is going to be a major disaster for health in general. And yeah, there's been no human studies, but if you look at the studies that have been done on these specific frequencies used in 5G, these are weaponized frequencies used in microwave radiation weapons and, you know, discovered in the 60s. Very, very alarming. Not to be an alarmist, but like, yeah, this is, I mean, this is It's criminal. Maria says, I'm flying to New York tonight. Have a nice flight, Maria. Opt out. Don't go through the backscatter body scanners. Those things are 50 chest x-rays when you go through them. And these TSA agents are sitting right next to them just getting radiated all day long. It's insane. So opt out of the body scanners, guys. 50 chest x-rays every time you go through one of those. Starscream Live says, what are your thoughts on caffeine? It can be nice, but it can also be not so nice for some people. You say you're addicted to black coffee. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're addicted to it, then it's an issue. Nothing wrong with caffeine inherently. There can be some benefits to coffee. There can be some negative aspects to it. If you feel like you're addicted to it and you're dependent on it, perhaps it's time to make a change and take control of that situation. Let's see. I'm about to bounce, guys. All right, Starscream Live, thanks for the question. Hope that helps. John W., thanks for watching. Everybody who dropped in, thanks for watching. I know I told some of you guys about I did some Instagram Live stuff earlier today and last night. You can follow us on Instagram, at Primal Edge Health. We're going to start doing more live stuff on there since YouTube seems to be kind of petering out of relevance due to their arrogant behavior and political posturing and stuff. So I don't know. We'll still do YouTube live stuff, but check out the Instagram. We'll do some more Instagram live stuff. It's pretty fun. I don't know if I'm going to be on this Snapchat thing. People keep telling me to get on Snapchat. I didn't like it. I downloaded it, but I think I'm Primal Edge Health on Snapchat if you want to find me. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it again. So, yeah, you can hit us up on Instagram. We also have a Facebook page. We don't post that much on there. But, yeah, you guys can find more at primaledgehealth.com. If you want to be notified before... Oh, it's so loud in here. Everywhere I go, it's loud or windy. If you guys want to be notified before these live broadcasts, if you guys want to be notified prior to these live broadcasts, please go to primaledgehealth.com and just sign up for the newsletter, and we'll send you an email like we did today before we start the live broadcast so you can ask your questions and just come hang out. We've also got loads of recipe posts that we threw out through there and podcast episodes and all that stuff. We got all kinds of cool stuff coming. So enjoy the weekend, guys. It's Friday. Enjoy the holidays. You can totally stick to your keto diet in the holidays. Don't make it all about you. Don't make it all about the food. Spend time talking to your loved ones. Share a presence of life and share that energy with your loved ones. And have real conversation. Look into each other's eyes. Talk about real things. Don't just worry about the food or, oh, I can't eat this or that. Bring your own food with you. Share your delicious keto food with people. And make some of the recipes from the Ketogenic Edge cookbook or the new book, The Ultimate Guide to Low Carb Baking. Both of those are in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good weekend. Peace.